I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be a market drop, but the problem is that based off of kind of where I am right now, like where I am in my life right now, owning I don't have the money to take advantage of how the markets are right now. I've been, one of the things I have been looking at over the course of the past couple of years is how to use my money better. So get rid of my debt, build my credit, start investing and stuff like that. And the problem is I just don't have the liquid cash to be able to do stuff like okay. I don't have the liquid cash to be able to just go and just buy a house or go and just immediately invest. Wow. Okay, I said stuff about hits, but this is a little bit ridiculous. But I mean, no, in the U.S., for us over here, people do want to own a house. It is very much a thing that people do want to own houses. They do want to be property owners. But in a lot of cases, for a lot of people, the prices are so high that they can't. That's why we have a lot of apartment buildings, stuff like that. There is an amazing amount of space in the U.S., you often, see people talking about a lot of the really big, the really big cities. So you hear about New York, Dallas, Los Angeles, San Francisco, New Orleans, Chicago. You hear about these cities. What you don't know, though, what they don't show, I mean, even in the U.S., I find people who get surprised. But I also hear a lot from folks who are outside the U.S., they don't see this, is how much space there is between the cities. My family, when I was growing up, we did not fly anywhere. We didn't use airplanes. We drove. And these would include multi-day drives, if necessary. But there's a lot of space between cities. And even talking about, like, small towns, there's a lot of space between small towns, too. So there is space, but people want to be within a certain distance of the amenities that they're looking for. So they want to be within, they want to have a Walmart nearby. They want to have fast internet in the area. So, those areas just kind of build up in value and they get worth more. I mean, so I had this conversation with my uncle. So my uncle is fairly successful. He has his house. He's always had a good job. He always drives a nice car. He has done very well for himself. But one of the things is that, yes, he owns his house, but he leases his car. He doesn't own his car. He leases it. And, he's changed his house over and over and over. He's bought new houses, things like that. He's changed over. I don't think he's ever had a paid-off house in his life. But for him, having a paid-off house is not an important thing. Like, that doesn't matter to him. Owning his car is not important to him. He doesn't get the same feeling of satisfaction, security out of owning it. That's just not a thing that's important to him. And there's plenty of people out there who feel the same way. There is not this importance to owning it. If you lease it, you have it. It may not ever be permanently yours, but on the plus side, you always have, like, kind of the most recent model. It always has a fairly new car. So that's kind of a thing that he likes. I like the satisfaction of owning it, of knowing that something I worked for, I actually earned something at the end of the day. So I have a very distinctly different feeling about that than he does. That's also why I don't want to rent forever. I want to actually own a house. And yes, there is definitely the statement that you have to, maintain it. You have to pay maintenance. But also on the flip side is it's yours. Like, people don't get to tell you, they don't get to say, you can't do that in your house. No, you absolutely can. It's yours. There are, of course, stuff like, homeowner associations that you have to deal with, and there's neighborhood associations, blah, blah, blah. You might not be able to paint it, bright pink the way you want. But it is yours. You have to maintain it, sure, but, at the end of the day, again, this thing belongs to you to do with as you will. And for me, that's always been an important thing for me, is to have that. Uh, so I've looked at the numbers on that, and it depends on what you want out of it. Um, leasing, you end up paying less per month than owning. But there are agreements on it. You have to, you have to keep it in a certain conditions. It has to always be clean. You're only allowed to drive so many miles per year. If it gets dinged, that's coming straight out of you. But on the other hand, you get a new car every time, but you never stop paying for it. So, at some point, my car, I will stop paying for it because it will be paid off. I will not still have a bill. That's still about 2 years away for me because I refinanced a couple years back. But at a certain point, my car is paid off, and my bill is done, and that is, however much that is, extra in my pocket every month that I am no longer giving away. At some point, I get to be done, and my car is going to last a significantly longer time than that. There might be maintenance and stuff like that, but that's going to be fewer and further between. He will always be paying for his car. That is always going to be a bill he pays. Yeah, paid off car you can get at. You can definitely get minimum coverage. I don't necessarily if you'd want to, but you absolutely can. At a certain point, yes, paying off your car is better at a certain point, even though now it might be more. Later on, you will start saving that money. Absolutely. But it depends what type of person you are. If you want to have the newest car at all times, paying it off might not be right for you. I see that a lot with cell phones. I'm with my family's with T-Mobile, and we have been for a number of years. And T-Mobile has that jump program, where once you have half paid off your phone, you can choose to jump to the next phone up. You never stop paying for the phone, but you only paid half for that phone. Then you pay half the next phone, then jump up again. You'll never actually have stopped paying off your phone, but you'll always have the newest phone. And for some people, that matters. That's an important thing for a lot of people. For me, it isn't. I paid off my current phone in December. And, I paid off over the course of 2 years. So that's however much that is. $30 extra in my pocket every month for the past couple months. I had no want over the past 18 months that I could have upgraded. There was no reason for me to upgrade because my phone is legitimately not that important to me. I use it a fair amount, but, I'm not calling people all the time. I read books on it, but you don't need to have a new phone for that. I don't game on my phone ever. I watch some videos on it, but that's about it. Like, my phone does not have those, I don't have requirements out of my phone the way some people do. But it feels like my Bluetooth is starting to go down on my phone. It's not working as well as it used to. And Bluetooth is actually something I actually do need. Whenever I'm driving my car, I play off my phone. When I'm riding my bike or doing a workout, I listen to music based on my phone. And if my Bluetooth is not working correctly, if it's losing signal and stuff like that, that is actually a big deal. So now I'm starting to consider replacing my phone. Wonder Girl, you know that if your phone number is a problem, you can talk to your provider and have them change your phone number. There might be a fee to that, but you can do that. Darn. I used to be very always new. In some case, I am still always new. I must have the newest, and it must be brand new. But it kind of depends on what it is. On, if I'm going to buy the latest and greatest thing, I'm gonna buy it new because I want to have that. I want it to be mine. I want to have it for the beginning. I want to buy warranties and all that good stuff. But I have no problem buying a pre-owned Dreamcast if I ever have to replace this one. I have no problem buying pre-owned games if new significantly more, because there's kind of no reason for me not to. It just kind of depends on what that trade-off is for me. Is that an accessory? It's footgear. It's for mag, too. So, defense goes way up, hits goes way up, evasion drops by 6, agility drops by 10. I'll take that. So Mag does not even have shoes right now. He's running around in socks. Yeah, I used to be a very novelty person. But I'm not as much anymore. But there are exceptions. I don't have a tendency to buy for the sake of buying nowadays. So, for example, when I go to my Magic the Gathering, local gaming store, people are all over. Hey, buy the new set, buy the new set. You have a chance at getting this, and it's like, cool. I don't need that. I have no place for that card in my deck. I don't actually need that card. There's no use for that for me. But the exception for me, however, is that if I'm replacing something that I need to replace, I will buy the latest and greatest 9 times out of 10. So if my car goes out, like if my car, has an issue that I cannot fix, or it's not worth it to fix, I will go out and get the newest model of whatever car that I choose to get. That's just like how I'll do it. If I have to replace my phone, I am going to get the newest model of phone. And it's not a... Let's see, where is she? She can learn something. Definitely don't want to learn that, though. But yeah, for me, I'll get the latest thing. So the problem is that when it comes to like the PlayStation 5, for example, the PlayStation 5 isn't replacing anything for me. So, like, my PlayStation 4 isn't broken, neither is my PlayStation 3, neither is my PlayStation 2. All of them work just fine. Partly because I take pride in keeping them clean and keeping them, and taking care of them. But my shit works just fine. So I'm not going to buy a PlayStation 5 as a replacement. So the question is, does the PlayStation 5 give me something that the current one doesn't? And at the moment, the answer is no. That may change in the future. We'll see what happens as more games get announced. But that's what it is for me. I always get the, I'll get the latest thing if I'm upgrading. At a certain level, Wonder Girl, At a certain level, I agree with you. Concerning things like key fobs and, stuff like that. So at a certain level, I agree with you. At a certain level, I don't. There's a big argument, just kind of in general, and it goes on. It's in politics. It's in, let me just pop trap search real quick. You see this in politics. You see it in technology. But the question is security over freedom. And not even necessarily freedom, but there's also security versus usability, security it's what do you want to trade? So my car, I drove a Toyota Corolla, like a 2015. So I drive a 2015 Toyota Corolla. So it has the combination fob and key. So it's fairly secure to me, and I haven't seen an issue with it. But also, my first car, my grandmother, when I forget how old I was young, but my grandmother, for her car, went and bought a Jeep Grand Cherokee, which was a luxury car. Now, keep in mind, this was, like, 10 to 12 years before I could drive. But she bought that car, at the time it was a luxury model, so it actually had the full key fob. And I inherited that from her when she could no longer drive and I could. That was my car. So I drove like a 16-year-old. It was 16 or like 14 to 16-year-old when I started driving it. But, I grew up having a fob, so it's a normal thing for me, and that might be a little bit different. Linear, why are you getting beat up? Can you stop that? Zach, I can completely understand the whole not driving on... let me rephrase it. Not using your personal car and using public transportation in some cases. When I went to Washington, D.C. earlier this year, just seeing kind of the traffic and how good their... Nah, he says something in Japanese. I'm not exactly 100% sure what it is. I don't know the translation of that one. We could probably look up Gray's quotes translated if we wanted to. But Washington, D.C.'s public transportation system was really reasonable. I'd never used a subway before. And theirs was very reasonable, easy to understand, easy to board, easy to get off, fairly well maintained. It was a good experience. So, I also rode the train for the first time this year. It had never been something that I had actually needed to do, because nowhere have I lived has ever been, a major thing. Everywhere I've lived has been, Colorado Springs, or, the small truck town Monument, and these other places where public transportation is not a thing you can do. It just doesn't go where you need it to go. New Orleans is a little bit different. I could use public transportation for some of the stuff I do down here, but some of the stuff I definitely couldn't. So it was very, these are not things that you can do over here. Which is not, duck gear. This is not to say that there's anything bad about it. It's just I can't do that down here. What the hell is that? Duck-shaped headgear that quacks to prevent from going berserk. All right, then. That's a bad trap. Oh, who's my friend? I see you. Come here. Yeah, I don't understand not taking home leftovers. Now, keep in mind, when I was younger, my grandmother was very much the kind of older Southern grandmother. There are starving kids in Africa. You better eat what's in front of you. Clean your plate. That probably has a little bit to do with my weight, actually. But, that was a thing that she did. So I try to eat everything I order. If my eyes do happen to be bigger than my stomach, which does happen from time to time, I will take it home. I will eat it. I usually eat leftovers instead of cooking something new where possible. But, leftovers are just fine to me. I don't understand having a problem with leftovers. That seems very, very odd. Honestly, in my portion of the New Orleans area, of the suburbs, I feel that a car is definitely more reasonable than public transportation, because we're not quite as centralized over here. But I'm also finding that my bike is a reasonable my bicycle is a reasonable replacement for my car for some of the riding that I'm doing. I'm not sure if I feel... especially if I'm doing, small errands, or I'm running out to grab a bite to eat or something, my bike would be better than my car. Now, if I'm gonna go play Magic or something and be inside of a place for a while, I'm not 100% sure about that. I don't know if I trust my bike to not get stolen. But for, quick jaunts around, my bike is certainly better than my car. In terms of, gas mileage and stuff like that and cost. Healthier, too. But I think it definitely depends on where you are in the country and in the world. Yeah, if you have a city like that, that's fantastic. Yeah, exactly. In a place where either the car is unwieldy because of traffic, or alternatively, in a place where, you have really good public transportation. I absolutely would say go public transportation. But in some places, it's just not feasible. For me, I could bike to most of the places that I need to go to in the New Orleans area. Or, well, the area where I live outside New Orleans, naturally. Thermo search. Navigator. We want Navigator. let's see. Oh, right. Navigator is a special item. It gives you the full map for whatever floor you happen to be on. Like, the entire thing. God, I have so many appraisal items. I don't care about the glitzy gear, or the duck gear, or the bandana of the sun. Hold on to the jet boots for now. Dice improves luck. Who do I want to give that to? Yep. I mean, I like having my car, too, and for me... Oh, this is bad. For me, it's definitely an ownership thing. You know, keep in mind, part of the reason why I bought my car is that I used to work a 45-minute drive from where I live now. So that's a pretty considerable drive. Yeah, we may be putting those dice on mag sooner rather than later. But that, you know, I had to drive 45 minutes in each direction. So not driving was not an option. And having my own car, it is a very home thing for me. Having this vehicle that is, you know, mine, it's kind of customized around me. I'm comfortable in it. Everything is set to how I want it set. So it's become kind of that home away from home. When I got my new job, you know, 2.5 years ago, one of the things I had to do is, in order to be trained on the job, I had to go from New Orleans to Florida, to Tampa Bay specifically. So a pretty good, you know, distance. And I had the option to fly, but I was going to be there for 3 weeks. So instead of... Really? This is not good. So instead of flying, I opted to drive. Now, that was a 9.5-hour-ish drive, but it was a very comfortable drive for me. I actually did not have a... Of course she is. Okay. So we're just going to go ahead and dive punch the hell out of this. It was a 9.5-hour drive, but I had no problem driving because my car is very comfortable. That was a weird glitch in the sound. We're slowly catching up in experience. I was just waiting for Linear's turn to come up, so that way she could heal everybody. What do we got here? Counterparts level 1. Is that a mag thing? Nope. Counterparts is sword type. So counterparts is I think this is Chain's healing item. Mag has tons of stuff. Mag, go ahead and change moving hand parts to lightning parts, because I might as well unlock all of your abilities. Because you are literally maxed out, and I can't do anything else with you right now. Bleh. Did I max this out? Yeah. I kind of just want to give him another attack booster or a hits booster or something. I'm going to give him a hits booster because just... that item is just not worth it. Okay, so Linear... I kind of want her to have Welcome Home, Dear. Okay. Let's avoid these traps. No other items on the entire floor, unfortunately. So we're not going to gain much more here. Do I have... I do not. Okay. Let's go ahead and just pop this here. Could really use a number of things, actually, now that I think about it. What I really need right now is just a good fight. That's interesting. So that's a small upgrade to him, but that's a reasonably large upgrade for him. Okay, where are we now? Hi, friend. Okay. Please let linear go reasonably early. Nope, that's not reasonably early. Okay, and they're just gonna focus on linear. Wow, you guys are jerks. Oh my god, they're just gonna take linear out. So one of them actually got to skip his turn. Like, skip linear's turn to take linear out. That's irritating. That's, by the way, using an item in battle. We have not done that before. Or using a Red Viper. Okay. They're just not letting linear take a turn. Which is bothering me. Yeah. I don't think I'd spend as much money on public transportation down here as you might expect. But I also spend very little in gas, so, you know, your mileage might vary. I have heard very good things about Japan's public transportation. You are exactly right there. Pop a trap search, at least know where I'm going. Nope. I would have probably run into that normally. Okay. There's a chameleon color. We take those. And that's an exit. I'm actually very tempted to take that exit. Partially because my inventory is so freaking full. And it's especially full of appraisal items. So I'm actually very tempted to take that exit at the end of this floor. It means an extra floor. Or several. But that might be worth it, because I could get some upgrades going. Yeah, I've never been to Detroit. There's a lot of places in the United States I've never been to, so Detroit being one of them should not be surprising. But, I do want to go up into the Great Lakes at some point. I don't know if Detroit's necessarily the best place to do that from, but... Meg, I just gave you the accuracy booster. Can you not miss everything? Yeah, that sounds really reasonable, Zach. Oh my god, why is this guy so dodgy? Thank you. When I went to, it was a little bit different when I went to Washington, D.C. Theirs was based on how far you went on the public transportation. From the start to the finish. Which, you know, I think that's also reasonable. You know, I'm thinking... Hey, Bagal, do you remember when you leave via a leaving teleporter? Where is it? Where'd it go? This should be useful. Do you remember when you leave via a teleporter like that, do you come back the floor before the one you left on? Is that what it is? Yeah, lots of EXP in this room. I think this room is all these guys. I think this is a monster zoo of just the metallics. Three floors before? That might be worth it. So I lost one of those assholes because he saw me before I used my... Hello? Upstart defense, lowers your luck by 3. Lowers evasion by a bunch, though. Hey, nice. It might. I think it might. He's not gone. Okay, well, I'll have to go looking for him. I mean, I have the chameleon color up, so I might as well. I think I'm gonna go ahead, just because our inventory is so damn full. I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave, but it also allows me to go back and have Pepper and Shane spend their TP, because I guarantee you they're maxed at this point. I hate having to spend more time in this dungeon and 3 extra floors, but I think at the end of the day, that's actually gonna be worth it. I want to be done with this dungeon. Good crit. I'm also very much like the Crystal Core. I think in the past I also thought Crystal Core was really good, and then realized that it isn't as good as I thought it was. Because 5% damage coming back is not as big as it sounds like. So I think giving Mag that luck up is going to be reasonable. Hello, friend. Let's see. Where are you at? Okay. Alrighty. Hey, the music crashed. That's interesting. Must be scratches on my disc. Which is a bit of a shame, actually. This should be a reasonable... Holy crap! Mag did not kill everybody with a dive punch. Mag, I need you to fix that. Yeah, the music crashed. There's probably a scratch on the disc or something like that. I don't remember if this is my original copy of Evolution or if this is a copy I bought. Nailin Royale, nice. Music should kick back in right here. Hello. Alrighty. Definitely want to find out where that other jerk went. That other metal dude. Oh my god, why can you guys not hit anything? I was actually, as I was walking around taking Rose for a walk today, I was looking at my phone because I was checking to see if any of the places that I would want to go for entertainment are open yet, and none of them are. Like, there's an arcade I've been waiting to open so I can go play DDR again. They're not open yet. My local gaming store is not doing any tournaments or anything yet. So it's just like, ugh. The mall's open. There's nothing I want to do at the mall, but the mall's open. Mag's also having trouble hitting is the thing about that, though. I mean, it's not just linear. Mag is also having issues. Are you a metal? Yes, you are. Come here, you. That's also one of the reasons why I'm thinking about leaving, coming back, because it allows me to get those extra 3 floors with levels. So it's kind of a lot of good reasons to leave and come back. Okay. So let's head in a disorderly direction. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to clear this floor, which is not going to take much longer. This floor is not much larger than it's already shown itself to be. That's going to go that way and link back. What's this? So we're grabbing a bunch of items I'm going to want in the next dungeon. But I don't want them here. Also, this sucks. Like, I don't want them in, I don't want them in this dungeon. You know? It's good to have, though. I'm going to enjoy using some of these items in the final boss. And, Pagalb, I know you know what I'm thinking. Okay, so he has stand-up available to him. Okay, so he's ready to upgrade. I've got nothing I want to have Gray spend that on, though. Unfortunately, all of it's, like, stuff to use against a boss. Tell you what, though. Oh, not the 30k health. I have a bunch of the one battle only upgrades. So like damage upgrade, dodge upgrade, defense upgrade, speed upgrade. So I'm gonna use all of those on Eugene, and it's gonna be glorious. Okay, where is... Okay, this... No, this doesn't link back. This is such a weirdly laid out floor. Wow. Do I care about trap search? I think I'm going to skip that trap search. You should just four-shot him with Pepper. I mean, Pepper will definitely be with me. Oh, this is irritating. Hey, look! Experience! I'm kind of curious if this is actually going to kill. Okay, okay. Because the last time Mag did a dive punch, it actually didn't kill his opponents. So as a comparison, all 4 of those enemies got me about 400 experience. One of those metal dudes got me 600 something. Can you leave Linear alone? That's another reason I'm kind of thinking about going back. It gives me 3 more floors for healing hands. Which would not be, I mean... Hopefully it happens, you know? I think we have... I'd have to go look, but I think we might have gotten every single other cyframe part that isn't hammer hands or healing hands. I'm not 100% sure, but I think we've gotten every single other one. That's reasonable instead of fireball. Yeah, we have certainly been unlucky here. Huh, does this link back? It does. I don't know how you get that kind. Well, I mean, I know I get that kind of luck. I'm me. This is my normal drop rate luck. There's a reason that I don't do luck-based things. The last microphage, yeah. Well, I have to backtrack pretty significantly in order to go back to the exit portal. So I'm not going to forget him. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and put the dice on Mag instead of on Linear, because she doesn't get anything out of it in the first place. And I'm just going to give her the 4-leaf clover back, and then Mag gets the dice. 30% chance of crit. Hell yes. Oh, is that it? Hey, there it is. All right. Hey, there are 2 of them. You know what, Linear? Go ahead and unlock anger spell. So this is kind of fun. Gray has an ability that berserks 1 person. This is Linear's ability that berserks everyone. Damn. Not quite 1,800, 1,200, but still. Good number. Firefly mushroom, huh? Yeah, we take those. What am I willing to give up? Do we have another? Yeah, metal tail coat. Firefly mushroom is also an extremely nice drop to see. Let's go ahead and pop that. Okay. Now it's the very long walk back to the room that had the teleporter. This is one of the longest floors I think I've ever seen. Where does that... Oh, you know what? That probably... Okay, that's probably a shortcut. I wonder if there's one more room on this floor. It's not likely, because this is going to turn right. And this is going to go all the way back over. But I wonder if there's one more room that we might find just, Yep. There it is. And I saw a treasure chest. At least I think I... Yeah, I did. Okay. Linear... What's your next spell type? Hi! I forgot that she gets that. Aliens? Look, don't get your hopes up. But you know, I think the appraisal items that I have on hand is going to allow me to upgrade Mag's cyframe to tier 5. Which means that I don't have to waste one of Gray's turns using the max cyframe ability on Mag. So Gray can hyperspeed him instead.